I'm Katrina, and this is Sew and Tare. And today I am celebrating this being my 100th video. So you guys have been around from the beginning. Thank you very much. And for those just joining, I'm hoping that you are enjoying the content and enjoying sharing this adventure with me. And I am excited that it's 100 videos already. Some of the videos are fun and you know, just watching some animals. Some of the videos are cooking, some of them are instructional for the garden or instructional for building things or just what's going on in the garden. So I'm hoping that you're getting the whole gambit of experience, and I thank you for being a part of my channel. So I wanted to talk today about something that some people struggle with. So I was super late to get my potatoes in the ground. You're not seeing that until next week. I did it last weekend. But even if you're late in the garden, even if you're late buying a house, buying a property, renting a property, you're late to the table, you can still grow food. You can still do what you are wanting to do, what you're aiming to do, and you can do it rather quickly. So when I bought my house in 2013, it's 2022 right now, my goal was to get every fruit tree in the ground that I was going to have on the property within a year. Most people would have concentrated on the inside. There's a lot of stuff that needed to be done on the inside. I concentrated on the outside. I also did some of the inside too. But I didn't get every tree in the ground that is on my property right now. I didn't get every fruit tree in the ground, but I got a lot of them. And I now have fruit trees that weren't even in my plan in the beginning. Your plan can change. So if you're working towards a goal, stay focused and work towards that goal. If you are in an apartment, if you are in a rental, do what you can, okay? I mean, you're probably not going to be investing in fruit trees that are going to get huge and all that. You can get a dwarf, like a dwarf Meyer lemon, a dwarf citrus, a dwarf something else, and keep it in a pot, you know, this big, and you can have fruit. So it's not just fruit. You can have, you know, mobile garden beds. They make, you know, green stalks now. They make all sorts of more high-tech planter gardens, container gardens now that help with that. You don't have to do that. You can get a pot and put dirt in it, soil, please have life in it, and you can grow. So you can grow food, you can keep, many of you first saw me here in front of the quail aviary. And I have an aviary, and I love having an aviary. Actually I have a second one over here, but quail can be kept many ways and is a sustainable food source for you. It can be kept in an apartment. It can be kept in a spare bedroom, in your bedroom. There are ways of keeping meat and eggs on a small scale that you can still feed yourself and your family. You don't have to have land. You don't have to own a property. You don't have to do any of that. So I wanted to encourage people to start where you are. Before I moved to this property, I already had several of these citrus trees, and what happens with that is it's just in the little pot, and you water it and you water it and you water it, and it just sits there. Doesn't do much because I wasn't fertilizing them appropriately. You can fertilize appropriately and get fruit, but I wasn't. You can keep them alive until you get to a place that you can put them in the ground. Or you can go with a dwarf variety that can live in a pot its whole life. So I want you to think outside of the box and maximize your growing space. Maximize your food production space, whether that's animals or you know, animals or vegetables, leafy greens. You can even do, you know, sprouts. All you need is a jar. You know, a jar and water and seeds. That's all you need for sprouts, and that's fresh, and that's greens, and it's nutritious. So you can start where you are. And I just wanted to be a person that encourages that, because for a long time I wanted a house, and up until 2013 I did not have one. I was living with my grandma for a while when I was doing my school, and you know, in school housing before that. But I wanted my own yard. I wanted to grow everything. I obviously don't have everything yet, but I wanted to grow everything. And I think it's important that you know that you can grow things. You can raise meat, you can raise eggs, you can raise food at small capacity or at large capacity, depending on where you are and what the density is you want to deal with your planning space. You know, do you want to do vertical towers of food? Do you want to have small cages for your quail instead of an aviary? And then if you get to a big place, you can do that. Now, my place is not big. I'm in town, as you can see in many videos. There's lots of sirens. I'm in town on a 7,000 square foot lot, and on that lot is my house. I have a screened-in porch attached to the house and a separate garage. So as far as growing space, I should probably do the math, I haven't yet, but the growing space is not 7,000 square feet. Some people's gardens are that big who have large properties. You know, the whole garden is, you know, is that big. But I have a house on it and I have a garage on it and I live here. So, but I wouldn't say I'm maximizing my space, because I do use it. There's a lot of space to walk through. There's some pathways and stuff like that. But I'm using it pretty well. I'm using the space pretty well. So I encourage you to look at what your space is and say, what can I do with it? What can I grow? What can I eat out of this? What would I like to do? And start with the question, what would you like to do? And then do it. So do small baby steps if you need to, or jump right in. I know a lot of people say to start small and then grow bigger, but if you've had this on your mind for a long time, I say go for it. Go for it, and know that you might burn out. You know that you might have to take a breath and take a step back, but do it. Because like I said, I put most of my fruit trees on the property in the ground within a year of moving here. And that type of commitment you can make in any space. You can make that in anything you do. So again, I just wanted to encourage you, and also thank you for watching the videos and subscribing and liking the videos and commenting. And I super appreciate you guys. So get out and growing and have a wonderful day.